Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Sunday Upcoming Sneakers. Today we've got a banger. Things are really heating up. We've got an insane week of sneaker releases. Like, I'm talking Travis Scott, I'm talking crazy limited dunks. So there's a lot to get excited about. Very soon, Yeezy Day is approaching, Sneakers Day is approaching. I'm just trying to tell you guys, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Today we've got some interesting things. Of course, I know the whole Donda album stuff is coming. I didn't really want to talk about it too much because, I mean, there's not that much information to go off as of right now. It didn't drop. I'm so excited about that album. I'm just gonna try and forget about the fact that it didn't drop. We're gonna give that man some time because I think when it comes through, it's gonna be insane. There's a lot of hype building around it. Kanye's in a really interesting space, and I think an album with the kind of what's going on with him could just be insane. Anyway, what we're going to talk about is something that potentially could affect a lot of us, or pretty much anybody who's buying sneakers, particularly Nike sneakers, and that is the supply or the manufacturing delay that's going on over in Vietnam. This is a story from House of Heat, and essentially just says Nike facing sneaker shortage after Vietnam factory closures due to COVID-19. So obviously we've felt the effects of COVID-19 in terms of just in the sneaker industry for a while now. A lot of sneakers being pushed back, and I guess when it really started like a year ago, that was when we saw like the most kind of sneaker releases being pushed back and things being changed around. However, this is a pretty big thing, and this could make it much worse, affecting not only sneakers this year but 2022 as well. Obviously we know that a lot of the production has already happened for some of the upcoming sneakers, so it would be the ones that have been put into production this year that would be releasing next year that I would imagine are going to get the main effect from this. So essentially, two of Nike's biggest suppliers in Vietnam have halted production due to the country's worsening COVID-19 crisis, with the two factories in Vietnam currently producing approximately half of the total Nike branded footwear. A global shortage in sneakers is inevitable. They've got no date for reopening. Nike may well have to look to other global suppliers to share the load. So yeah, essentially there could be a lot of delays coming through, and just kind of get prepared. Just get prepared for that. So you kind of remember the whole thing with Nike going after Warren Lotus, and then the most recent one, which I think has the most to do with these two stories right here, is the Lil Nas X Satan shoe. That one was a custom Air Max 97, and Nike really didn't like that one because they got a lot of pushback. So obviously it was a very controversial pair of shoes. Of course, they come after Nike. They think, well, Nike, what are you doing? What are you doing? Have you released this shoe? Is this down to you? What is going on here? And so Nike got a lot of pushback from a lot of people. So I think they kind of felt like, whoa, okay, maybe we need to look into this whole sneaker customization thing and kind of control what people are putting on our shoes, because it could have a negative blowback to our brand and how people view our shoes. So the first one is this one right here, and Nike says sneaker customizer is infringing on its trademark. So they're saying that this is alleging trademark infringement and dilution as well as counterfeiting. In the lawsuit, Nike alleges that Drip Creations is selling counterfeit Nike products, most notably knockoff Air Force One style shoes that infringe on its trademark and iconic swoosh logo. They also note poor craftsmanship, pointing out that the shoes have crooked proportions, messy stitching, cheap details, and are taller than the real Air Force One shoes. So this is something that I always kind of wondered. What's the whole thing with, like customizers? If they take a legit Nike Air Force One, they put a bit of paint on it, like we see this one up here. I don't know whether that's a legit Nike Air Force One, but it's got these Travis Scott different paintings on it. Looks like Astro World inspired, customized pair of Air Force Ones. So I assume this is a legit pair, and is that fine? Can people do that? Maybe it's just the customizer who's selling this to people. But what if the customizer wants to kind of make a little bit more profit than they're making, and they decide to buy fake Nike Air Force Ones, customize them, and then sell them on? that's probably where I'd imagine the biggest pushback from Nike would come into play if they're selling counterfeit product. They've got a lot of money, they've got a lot of power, and they're able to throw a lot of research into this, and I'm sure they will over the next couple months and the next couple years. So definitely, if you're a customizer, just, you know, understand Nike is going to be putting their feelers out. Here's another really interesting one, and something I wanted to ask you guys. Now, I'm gonna say a hot take here. Yeezy foam runners have started a new trend within the kind of croc-like shoe market. So what I mean by that is foam runners released, and then we start seeing a lot of other brands, including Crocs, start popping up and becoming more popular. Now, Crocs have been around, I get that. However, they haven't really been mainstream, and I feel like everybody hated on Crocs, but now they're popular. There's collaborations with Justin Bieber, Post Malone, KFC. So is this down to the foam runner, essentially, is what I'm asking you guys, or is this something that is just with the times and the foam runner is something that is just part of it and it didn't create this kind of trend of foam-like shoes? The next one to join the group of foam runner-esque slip-on type of shoes is Vans. They're coming out with a slip-on entirely rubber shoe. Now, obviously, this isn't exactly like a foam runner or a Croc. However, I did think it looked pretty interesting in terms of that aspect. We also got the California by Fear of God. That is another foam or rubber kind of slip-on shoe. Anyway, these Vans look, they look interesting. They look like Vans, but just rubber. They've got a bunch of holes in them. I guess they're kind of square holes to, I guess, replicate the kind of the checkered Vans that they have. They've got holes all around the outsole as well, or the midsole, so that, I guess, water can drain out like we saw in the first picture. Just looking at it, it feels like my ankles would be screaming from blisters and agony of wearing them. However, they could be insanely comfortable. I don't actually know. However, I would kind of be interested in getting them in hand. They actually released in April. I haven't seen anybody talk about these, so they're probably not something that a lot of people are really into. There's a lot of, you know, different kind of Croc shoes on the market. But we are going to actually talk about some actual foam runners, because I'm recording this on Saturday, the 24th of July, and what was supposed to release today was the Yeezy foam runner in the ochre colorway and the MX cream clay, I think it's called. So here's an image of the MX cream clay. It's the mixture effect that we saw on the MXT moon gray. This is a full family size run, so I believe the one that they have in hand is like some kind of kid size, so it's very, very small. You can see that by the guy who's holding it. Yeah, these were alleged to shock drop today on the 24th. However, they've been pushed back, and apparently, if we take a look at this story right here of the ochre colorway, these are going to be coming on August the 2nd. August the 2nd is Yeezy Day, so they're going to be incorporated into that. Just get prepared for August the 2nd. I don't know how this is going to go down, but it's going to be insane. And of course, any more news that I get on Yeezy Day, I will be putting out some more information. So follow me on Instagram at LBellSneakers, and of course, stay subscribed to the channel, or subscribe if you haven't yet, because again, I'll keep you guys up to date on that. But yeah, just for anybody who was looking out and maybe saw those rumors of these dropping on July the 24th, they didn't shock drop them. August looks like an insane month, not only for Adidas and Yeezy, but Nike as well. Speaking of Nike, we got to talk about this pair of Jordans right here. Now, we did speak about the Bordeaux Jordan 1, and I remember telling you guys it kind of reminded me of the metallic Japan pack that was the silver one, and then the navy one as well. The panels are not navy, they're Bordeaux, or a kind of maroon color. I said these look freaking clean, and now we've got some on-foot images for you guys just to see, what they look like, and I'm loving them. I think the materials look good as well. Hopefully they are. So this is apparently going to be releasing in November of 2021, so not too long. I definitely cannot wait to get my hands on this. I love maroon. I love this burgundy color that they've put on here, which again, they're calling Bordeaux. Again, these are going to retail for $170, and I thought I'd just give you a little look of of how these are going to be on feet. Either way, this shoe looks clean as hell on foot. I'm definitely going to be going for them. And if you are as well, just be prepared for November the 20th. Moving on, and Drake is coming through with another look of a upcoming silhouette in collaboration with Nike. So we have spoke about his Hot Stepper shoe, which is supposed to be coming out sometime soon in 2021, I believe. Well, now we've got an image here of his certified lover boy Air Force One. It's very, very plain. It's pretty much all over white, and it does have some text on the midsole, replacing the air with "Love You Forever." There's some cool details, like I think the leather is going to be insanely nice. I hope, at least. Please don't make this regular leather like the Supreme Air Force Ones. I think it's like little triangles or pyramids on a regular Air Force One. However, this is going to be hearts, which is actually a pretty cool little detail there. But as far as like him changing the silhouette, that hasn't really happened. It's going to be an all-white Air Force One. Now, it does say upcoming 2021 this year, so hopefully we see this one soon. I think that'll be very, very interesting to see people, how they take a Drake collaboration, because I don't think that they've really slapped in the past or haven't garnered that much attention. So we've got a very, very small amount of news to update you on about the Travis Scott Fragment Jordan 1 that's going to be releasing at the end of this month. Apparently, the 29th of July is going to be the date that these do release. Now, you guys may have seen a lot of news or information going around saying that these are going to be a sneakers app exclusive. However, I believe recently we found out that that's not entirely the case, because I believe they were loaded up onto the back end of Foot Locker, believe it or not. They will be very, very limited. Only a certain amount of tier 0 stores will be getting this pair, so not all of the regular raffle places will be able to stock this pair of shoes. Now, they'll also be dropping on the Travis Scott website, I assume, before the sneakers release, so be on the lookout for that. I mean, this is next week, so these could really pop up on Travis Scott's website at any point in the week if that July 29th date is the real date. Good luck, because if you go for these, I hope you get them, but just note that hardly any of us will, because apparently these are stupid limited and also stupidly hype. Stay tuned to the channel, guys, because I will update you on these guys, and let's keep it moving. The Gundam Nike SB Dunk, I just had to throw these in here because these look so freaking cool. No actual release date on these. 2021 is supposed to be when these actually drop. They're called the RX-0 Unicorn. I think these just look so cool, man. I really, really like them, even though I'm not a huge fan of Gundam, but I do really like these. There's supposed to be a couple different colorways as well. There's the Banshee colorway that has like a gold Nike swoosh, very dark. Apparently this Nike swoosh comes off as well. I didn't know that. So it kind of peels away, Velcro to stick it on there. Maybe you get some extras in the box. That would be pretty cool as well. And yeah, you do get some extras. So you get gold and you get yellow supplied in the box. Maybe some different stickers. Is that like a sticker pack that you can put on there? Either way, both colorways look pretty sick if you ask me. You can add a double swoosh, you can make the swoosh backwards. I'm sure you can do a whole lot of creative stuff with this pair of shoes. But yeah, definitely one of the better Nike SB Dunks highs that we've seen for sure. We do have a release date on this pair of shoes right here, which we've spoke about. The MX Rock Yeezy 350 V2, September is when we can expect this one. So again, they're saving this one for the fall time. This is a great colorway. I think this is going to be super, super popular. First kind of mixture effect that we've seen on a 350 V2. I believe they're going to release the same time or around the same time as the MX Oat, which is that kind of yellowish color, multicolored one. However, this one's definitely going to be a fan favorite. The upper reflects as well, just to entice people even more. The pull tab is on it, so I mean, it all kind of pieces together to be an awesome pair of Yeezy 350. Pharrell and the NMD Hu. This is still popping off. We've kind of got a little pack forming, I would imagine. So we took a look at, I believe last week, the astronaut colorway. Now this one's called the Running Dog. As you can see, there is a running dog on the top. These look cool. Whether you're still interested in the NMD Hu or not, I think these do look pretty damn cool, and I like this colorway. So all over a kind of khaki or green color for the upper. You've got some black laces, and you've got that very thick kind of stitching. I assume it almost looks like a little bit furry Like, I don't think it's embroidery. It looks too thick to be embroidery, but you do have a running dog on the top of the shoe. So yeah, I guess they can get really creative with the different things that they put on the top. It doesn't have to just be text in English or a different language. It can be whatever you want it to be. I would imagine these are going to be releasing very, very soon. I would just stay tuned and I'll keep you guys up to date. We've got closer looks of the Supreme Nike Dunk High. A while ago, we took a look at the white and the black colorway. So we're also apparently going to be getting this red and blue or red and navy colorway. And of course, this is the By Any Means Supreme collaboration that Nike is going to be doing on the SB Dunk High. I would definitely prefer the black and white ones. I think those ones look actually pretty insane. However, these are not too bad. Again, we're getting a 2021 release date, so nothing in terms of an actual month. I would imagine relatively soon. I mean, how much of the year we got left? The Air Jordan 1 Bubblegum. Yes, this is a real thing, a real colorway. And I mean, it looks super, super clean. I can imagine this being incredibly popular. The one thing I don't like about it is how they've tried to attach Michael Jordan to this pair of shoes. They're like, oh, he really likes bubblegum and he always used to chew bubblegum, so this is an Air Jordan 1 bubblegum. It's like, come on, like we don't need all of that. Just a clean colorway of Air Jordan 1s, and I think we get the point. Just, you know, they're just really stretching out the whole Michael Jordan connection to it to make it some kind of fan favorite. There's a piece of bubblegum on there, so it's not actually bubblegum. It's a little section that is colored a little bit more pink to resemble like you stepping in bubblegum, which I guess is kind of cool. I mean, nobody really likes stepping in bubblegum, but I guess when it's, you know, meant to be there, it's a little bit more interesting. So this is apparently coming in December on the 22nd this year. So I haven't actually heard anything about this pair of Jordan 1s up until now. And now apparently we've got loads of on-foot images and an exact release date. It is going to be in women's size run, so that kind of lines up. I don't know whether they will kind of extend it into bigger sizes, but they probably will just keep it to women's sizing. We've got a new Balenciaga and Kith collaboration. So this is a new Balenciaga runner. It keeps a lot of Balenciaga vibes to it. Honestly, it looks pretty insane, a bit crazy. I don't know, are you guys into Balenciaga sneakers like the Triple S or the track runners? These kind of look like maybe a mixture of both of them. Like they have the Triple S chunk to them. Not that the track ones weren't chunky, but the Triple S is specifically very, very chunky. And then they also have like a little bit more of a sporty vibe, like a little bit more track inspired. And they're going to retail at $1,000. So yeah, I mean, we kind of knew that with Balenciaga. Their shit is so expensive. I mean, I 100% wouldn't spend $1,000 on them. I think they look relatively cool. I'd like to try on the triple white. That would be my choice. So final story of today is just a little update on what is dropping on the Nike sneakers app, specifically for the EU, because some of this stuff has already dropped out in the US. So I did just want to give you guys a little bit of a reminder because we've got a packed week ahead of us. Now, like I said, the Jordan 1 Fragment Travis Scotts have not been uploaded yet. If they are dropping on the 29th, which is the alleged release date, then they will be up against the SB Paradunk Low abstract art, because that pair of shoes is also dropping on July the 29th. So these will be the two kind of releases for, I believe it's a Saturday, or no, that's a Thursday, I think. We've also got on the 28th the SB Dunk Low Pro FTC. This is something that I believe dropped on the 21st out in the US. Very, very clean looking dunk. This was originally supposed to drop in like the first week of July, however got pushed back. We've got the Dunk High 1985 Undercover Gym Red. That is one I definitely want to try and get in hand. I think it looks cool. The fact that it's a 1985 cut of a dunk. I've never had a 1985 cut, so I'd definitely like to check that one out. And then we've got two Sakai Blazer Lows. We've got probably the better colorways, if I'm honest. I really like this anthracite and the British tan, to be fair. The iron gray is dropping on the 31st, along with this British tan, which is a red and a brown. But they're both two low versions of the Blazer, and I think they look pretty cool. Two good colorways. I've still got my Magma Oranges, so I don't know if I'm going to be after these two. Yeah, so just a little update for you guys. You know what's dropping this week. Be prepared. Stay active on your sneakers app, because I guess that's how we all got to do it now. We got to be in their live streams, be in all of their voting and stuff like that. So I guess to wrap this one up, get excited for August, because hell, there is a lot of stuff stuff happening in August. We're going to be going hard next month. I promise you guys, it's been a little bit of a drier month, but you want to subscribe to the channel because we're going to have some epic reviews. We've got some epic things for this weekly segment upcoming, which I'm not going to spoil at the moment, but I will kind of hint it's going to be pretty crazy. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at LBellSneakers, and I appreciate you guys so much for coming through, hanging out like you do every single Sunday. I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate the support. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one, but until then...